warm welcome to everyone watching this interview. This is Rohith Murali from Guindy Times, the official campus magazine and media body of CEG, ACTEC, and SAP. I'm extremely elated and privileged to have with us the VIP fame Mr. Amitash Pradhan sir, aka Amul Baby. First of all, on behalf of Guindy Times, I would like to thank you, sir, for being kind enough to spare some time for this interview amidst your super busy schedule. Also, congratulations on making it to the top 10 of the Chennai Times Most Desirable Men 2020.
Thanks, bro.
So,
Thanks, sir. Thanks. Really happy to be here and talk to you. Anything for my college, anything for Theatron, and it feels nice to talk to somebody from who's currently in that space because it's only when you get past it you realize the value and importance of it. I know it sounds like a terrible cliche, but it's the truth. When once you're sitting past a few years after your college and school, you're wondering why you didn't have more fun than you should have at that point. But comes with its benefits and like its cons, because the only benefit is that I don't have to study and write exams anymore. But yeah, other than that, I really miss the life.
Oh, sir. Honestly speaking, I'm also going to miss college life because I'm done with the final year. So,
Oh, you're done. Oh,
yes,
okay,
sir.
okay.
The last month. So,
Well,
we're in
there's
the
a
same
difference
boat.
between missing it 5 years after it's over, and there's a difference between missing it 5 days or 5 weeks after it's over. I'm just kidding.
True, makes sense. No, but the thing is, we didn't even get to spend a year, our final year at college due to the pandemic.
Yeah.
So,
That's horrible. My heart goes out to all of you, man.
thank you, sir. Thank you.
so moving on to the first question, what inspired you to take up acting as your profession?
Well, uh, I didn't really think of any other profession as such. I from the time I was able to be, aware and cognizant of life, I've only wanted to do one thing, which is be in the movies. Obviously, I was too young to sort of define it as acting or define it as, being in some sort of a process or anything. I just love the movies a lot, and also that I partially because of the fact that my parents and I watched a lot of movies when I was growing up. So that and sports were literally like my favorite thing to do. So for a long time, I thought I was a great cricketer. I really wasn't, but I thought I was. So it's always been between sport and music and cinema. These three things have been a very dominant part of my life. So I think I saw when I was about 4 years old. I saw this movie of Shah Rukh Khan's, and he was on a black horse. He was dressed like Zorro, and I loved what I saw. I told my mom I want to do that for the rest of my life. I didn't understand what it meant, but I just said I want to do that for the rest of my life. Whether I want to become a horse rider or a movie star or an actor or a whatever, not the point. But I was really taken in by the charm and the magnetism that actor, who I didn't know as Shah Rukh Khan at that time, displayed. So I don't think I've ever wanted to do anything else. Throughout my schooling, also I tried to be as part of as many plays as I could. And I used to watch. In fact, I think I watched Jodha Akbar around 2 days before my math board exam, 12th.
Oh, wow.
Okay, yeah. So like I'm that crazy about movies. So I think it just happened because of the love for what I saw, and I'm happy to report that that love is 100% intact even today. I love movies the same way, and I still get like like doe-eyed and about movies the way I did when I was like 3-4 years old. So I think it's very important for me to maintain that innocence, because now I'm in the business also. So I need to be able to love it, because a great man once said, uh, find something you love to do as your profession, and you'll never feel like you worked a day in your life. So technically, I'm not working a day in my life. I'm just having fun, and I love my work. I love the fact that I love everything about it. I love the only thing I don't like are the early morning call sheets, which is okay, but once you get to the spot, it's a lot of fun. But waking up, that's the only thing. But other than that, I love everything else about the world of cinema.
Wow. That's really nice, sir.
Okay. Moving on, how was the experience when you were first introduced to cinema through Vaaranam Ayiram, albeit a small role, and that too you got to work with such legendary icons like Surya sir and GVM sir?
Yeah, it's that was a very freak incident actually, because I was just talking to my friend and she was saying, Amitash, you should get some experience in front of the camera because that's what you want to do. I was already doing plays, but I didn't have camera experience. I'd done a couple of ads, but that wasn't enough. So she was like, why don't you go and learn from Gautam sir? I said, yeah, sure. So Vaaranam Ayiram came up and I had no idea what to do. I had no idea how to stand from the camera. It's one of the toughest things in the world. I'll tell you, even till date, and you ask any actor who's way more experienced, they'll also say it's one of the toughest things in the world to do. Okay, because it's not easy. You can do whatever you want in the space of your house, your bathroom, your mirror. You can be the best. You can be an Oscar award winning actor, but once that big black camera comes in front of your face, it changes the dynamic of everything. Like I'll give you a simple example. Okay, this is me. I'm saying a random person. I'm here. I'm sitting. I'm talking to him like, hey, what's up? What's up? Imagine I bring a camera here, take a photo. Immediately I'm like that, right? So that element of being natural isn't there at all. So um, I wanted to see that. That's something I wanted to explore, and then I got to travel to Coimbatore. We went and we shot a scene there in the college sequence and all of that. And I was really like, oh my god, like the energy around that film set was like crackling. It was amazing. Gautam sir he was so calm. He still is now, and luckily, God's grace that I know him personally now. But at that point, I was like, oh my god, it's Gautam Menon. Okay, and then I got to uh, meet Surya sir as well. I saw Surya sir for the first time. I realized how a hero should be. Because he had that quality, he had that charisma and that aura around him was like very very sort of indicative of the fact that a star has arrived on the set. Until then everybody was like, yeah, okay, yeah. The moment they came, everybody just became like, So I love that energy. I love what he brought. The moment he came to the spot, there was like a huge roar. It was lovely. It was a great experience. And I was very scared standing beside him. Honestly, I was very, very scared standing beside him. So yeah, that was a fun experience, and very grateful that I know both of them now personally, which is not something I ever thought would happen because I've been a big fan of Surya sir as well. But we had a after party after VIP release, and the fact that it was declared a super hit by Saturday. Friday released, Saturday it was declared a hit, and Surya sir came to the party, and he came and wished me, and he said, "Good job, man." And I was like, "Wow, that felt crazy," because I told him, I don't know if you remember, and I took out my phone and I showed him I took out YouTube and I showed him the Mundinam Paathen song, and I said, "Sir, have a look at this," and I showed him the thing, and he said, "What? Are you joking? Is this you?" I was like, "Yeah." So that was a fun moment.
Wow, so sweet of him.
Okay. So, how important was VIP's Amul Baby role as a turning point in your career?
Yeah, it was one of the most important things that ever happened to me, bro. But then, I've often said that you don't know how these things happen to you randomly, because a year and a half or 2 years before VIP, I was going up and down production offices, like they say, yearifying production offices, and going meeting directors saying, ஒரே ஒரு chance கொடுங்க, in photos, all that. But the funny thing that happened is that I got the opportunity to be a part of this film at a wedding, and that's like I've known Dhanush sir for a while before, because he was Anirudh's brother-in-law, right?
Yeah.
He's Anirudh's brother-in-law, so me and Ani being he was my first friend in life, I was his first friend in life, so that's like from 1992, 93. So I've known Dhanush sir from the time he got married to Aishwarya, uh, and I've attended the wedding and all of that, but never did I expect that I'd be part of his film. And yeah, he actually spoke to somebody and asked them to come and talk to me. And I met him at a hotel the next day for lunch, and he said, "Would you like to play a part in this film?" And I was like, "But you know what? But for me, I was like, how can I be a villain? I want to be a hero. How can I start off being a villain and all that?" And he said one line to me. He said, "If you don't mind me saying, my father-in-law also started off as a villain." And after that, I was like, "Idhukku mela enna solradhu, sir?" So
Speechless.
yeah, immediately I was like, "Sir, I mean, sir, whatever you want me to do, sir." I mean, so then for 4 months there was no news actually. Uh, And then 4 months later, I got a call from Vignesh Shivan, actually, who was the associate on the film. He was literally second in command to Deezer in the film. So he called and said, bro, எங்க இருக்கு bro? வீட்டில் bro. He said, இங்கிட்ட கிளம்பி சார் வீட்டுக்கு வா. So I was like, எதுக்கு? Like, கிளம்பி வா bro. So I left and I went and I reached and they were like, நாளைக்கு film shooting. நாளைக்கு shooting. What's going on, bro? So it literally happened like that. And then okay, funny thing happened that I went to the weekend before VIP released. I went to a club, okay, with my friends. I went late at night, and I got stopped at the entry, and I was asked to pay an entry fee of 3K to enter the club. So I mean, I didn't have money at that time, to be honest. So I called my friend and said, "Please get me in." And my friend got me in, and I was whatever. Next weekend VIP release, Friday release, Saturday evening I went to the same club. Now when I entered the club this time, the same bouncer stopped me the previous weekend, took me by the hand, like and did like the human that that human shield that they do, no?
Yeah.
Because that was the night that me, Dhanush, and Anirudh were all there in that same place. So he took me, he protected me, and took me inside and showed me Dhanush's table and said, "That's where your friends are." So I was like, yeah, that was a pretty quick change. So yeah, that was crazy, and I didn't know how to deal with it, to be honest. Like, when I entered the theater at around, I remember the show was at 12:50 in the afternoon. The first day first show at Satyam. It was July 18th, 2014, and I walked in, and obviously nobody like what wanted to guys like, yeah, trailer like that zone. But when I walked out, nobody recognized me actually when I walked out. Okay, and I had gone the exact look. I had a French beard. No, I went in the exact look. I went to the French beard, saying that if I have a beard and if I have like clean shirt, nobody will recognize me. So I have to go how I look in the film. I wore the same shirt as I wore in the film, or some dumb things. Okay, so I went and no. After I came out, I was looking around. Nobody recognized me. I was like, "Nada, I was quite upset." Then my friend played on superb thing. He took his phone and said, "Amul Baby." He acted like he took a selfie with me. The moment people saw that happen, it was like I don't know what happened after the next 10 minutes were like a blur, because from not being recognized, they were around, that ground floor of Satyam, when you exit the back, when you come down the Satyam balcony, you exit, no?
Yeah.
That parking opens out to the bike parking and all.
Yeah.
That door from there on till the parking, it was jammed. 200 people trying to take a picture. So I had no idea what happened. It was my first ever encounter with fame. So I was like, what just like I had to be taken. Again, the security came and took, because the movie did so. I'm not attributing any of this to me, because of the movie. It was so much fun for people. It became a hit. But yeah, that it really was one weekend. It was very, very different experience from anonymity to fame.
Wow. Okay, so among all the movies that you have acted, which one is your most favorite personally and close to your heart?
I think VIP only. Because see, I've had the chance to work with some brilliant people. To be honest, I've been very lucky. I've worked with Mani sir and Madras Talkies in Vaaranam Ayiram. Had a chance to work with Aishwarya, Rajesh, with Sarath Kumar sir, with Vikram, Shantanu, and all this entire gang. And that was a lot of fun, because it was like 8 people on set at all times, and we were having a ball all the time. Okay, because like not every actor is required in the spot every minute. Like there's a lot of waiting when you're in cinema. When you're an actor, there's a lot of waiting. You have to wait in the caravan. Because shot has to be set up. To set up a shot, it takes at least half an hour. So in that half an hour, we'll all sit together, have a cup of coffee, chat, talk. Radhika ma'am was so much fun. Yeah. So, and I've known her from before. So she and Sarath sir was so much fun to talk to. So, and then I had the chance to work with the creator of Step Up in my Hollywood film. Here's a man who wrote $1 billion dance, the biggest dance franchise in the world. And the film was being shot by one of India's best cameramen, Ravi Varman. Music was by Jay-Z's band, Rock Nation. Yeah. Okay, so that was a crazy experience. But at the end of the day, first film is the first film. There's nothing that can touch your first film, actually, that for sure. And the way we made VIP also, I think the reason it became a hit also is because I know what went on to behind the scenes of making it. It was made like, imagine a bunch of friends or family come together and make a film. Just have fun and make a film. That's VIP, honestly. Like, I didn't even have a caravan on VIP, okay? I just sat my ass in Dhanush's caravan every day, and I didn't move. And he also never asked me to leave. So sweet of him. We just sat there and we just chilled. and he would go, he would act, he wrote the film also, no? So he would act, he would give the suggestions to Velraj sir, who's the director, and then come, we would chat again, then I'll go. So it was like, there's nothing that can come close to VIP for me. It's the most fun I've had yet, and I think it'll be the most fun no matter how many films I do.
So that it's not just for you, it's an all-time favorite for all of us indeed.
Yeah,
I
man.
watched it multiple times and never got bored of it.
Yeah.
So
And don't the other day I'm doing a new film. Okay, so I was watching VIP because this film had comedic elements in it. What I'm doing right now. So I wanted to I really like Dhanush's approach to comedy. He does it like, you saw Jagame trailer,
yeah, I saw
Jagame
that.
Tandiram trailer.
Yeah.
You saw the comedy in that. No, like you saw like how he pulls off on kind of realistic. So in VIP, there's so much of comedy. Like the Tambi modale yaar ka sambarikana mukhyo, like correct time le yaar sambarikana mukhyo, and that walk. And also I was just watching watching all that to understand the comedic timing. Okay. I skipped my scenes, bro. I couldn't watch my scenes. I was like, oh, this is terrible acting, dude. I was just like so like pissed off with myself because obviously you've grown and you understood the medium better. You know what the craft is now. At times, first film was like, oh, camera, oh my god, you've been editing, okay, the dialogue, okay. It was like that. It wasn't like free. So when I saw it now, except my scene, I saw the entire film again. My scene come all forward. I was like, what shit acting, bro. But yeah.
No, it was an amazing acting. You did really well in that film. Everyone knows that. You're just being too down to earth.
No, bro. That film needed a debutant. I'll tell you what, you couldn't have cast a established villain in that role because otherwise the Amul Baby charm wouldn't have worked. It needed somebody new. And I was so chubby, bro. Then look at my cheeks. Then look at my cheeks now. I don't have cheeks now. I was like literally like that in the film. That's why the name was called. Anyway, yeah, that's the answer to the question.
So, having founded Theatron, the official theatre club of Anna University, what was your mission and vision at that time, and how crucial was it in shaping your future career?
Mission and vision, heavy words. Okay, so I wasn't feeling a sense of purpose in college, to be honest, and I didn't feel like I was because I'm a very active person. I always want to I want to set some goals. I want to crush them. I want to go on to the next ones. I want to feel productive. I hate feeling unproductive, which is why now is a very tough time for all actors. I'm just sitting at home doing nothing and not being able to go to work, because I think we are the one industry that we can't work from home, right? We have to go and shoot, and while everybody has a mask on, I have to take off my mask when I perform. Right, so I really hate being unproductive, which is why I'm working only 4 hours a day now. I'm trying to keep myself busy mentally and physically. So I didn't feel productive when I was in college until I founded Theatron. So Theatron, and Rohith, one of the co-founder with me, he asked me one day. We did a play together for a company called Landing Stage. This is before I passed out of school. A couple of years later, I met Rohith in college, and he said, shall we do something with theater in the college, because we don't have anything? And I was like, yeah, cool, let's go for it. It came out of like just a casual chat. He said, just take a workshop and see. I took a workshop, and I was like, I actually liked doing it, because imagine introducing something new into people's lives that they've never done before, right? Like people who came to attend the workshop had no idea how to, like, suppose, because everybody sort of is so vocal on the criticism for this film or that film, but ask a person to come and act, they will freak the hell out, right? When I saw that happen in college, I really felt like it was more of a tool of personality development rather than just theater. And the results that I saw from the first year, where I saw people who at the start of the production would not even speak, okay? Like you had to push them, you had to force them to talk. But by the end of the production, they would be the most vocal ones. So it had literally opened them out in a span of 1.5 2 months, and each play takes a rehearsal span of 1.5 2 months. There's a reading, there's casting, there's blocking, then there's rehearsal, and run throughs, and the technical rehearsal, then like what is called dress rehearsal, then there's the main show. So there's a big process. So that process I saw really open out a lot of people, and that I felt was a big high, that I was able to be a small part of that process for people. And that's why Theatron happened, actually. And then I really enjoyed directing. I really enjoyed that, because in my head also, even now, I'm like, my ultimate goal is to direct a film someday. that's there in my blood. That's there in my system to want to do that. So I really had a good time doing it. And yeah, that's how Theatron was formed, and we had a great time. I really had the best time working with all the people I worked with. I wish I had the maturity that I have today to talk to them about the process, but I just loved working with each and every single person, and I'm very grateful that I got the chance to be the founder / first director for Theatron. Yeah, and it really came out of a selfish thing, to be honest. It really came, I want to do something for the college. I want to do something for myself in the college. I want to feel like I'm of some use in this college, right? And that's where the will to, I think I directed 3 plays for Theatron. The will from that came because I needed to feel productive, and I felt like doing it came out of my own sense of wanting to do that. But then it translated onto something so much bigger that it's tough to comprehend what the scale of that became. I told somebody in the first year of Theatron that I hope we become like, Loyola Theatre Society, LTS. I hope we become like them, because they do plays every year. They run houseful shows. They do so well for themselves. They have such a good reputation. They win all the plays. They win all the awards when they go for intercollegiate plays and all of that. And then the first year, of course, like there was. I remember we were doing our first show of The Fire and the Rain, which was our first play. It was Girish Karnad's play, The Fire and the Rain, and I directed it. And I think my parents only were sitting outside the ticketing counter. The hall's capacity was 220 people. Alliance Francaise capacity was 220 people. I think we had around 300 people inside the auditorium that day. So seeing that house full plus audiences gave me a big hype, because I really I really wished for that to happen, because I'd seen like Lady Anda, Loyola, the way they had at school and college, the way they had done their theatre programs. So I had a great time doing it.
Nice, sir. So actually, in fact, even today, Theatron has been doing an incredible job, and they do participate in a lot of inter and intra university competitions too, and they've won a lot of awards too.
Yeah.
In fact.
Yeah.
So, yeah, kudos to you for starting up that initiative.
Happy. Pleasure, absolute pleasure.
So how was it to work with Crystal Ellsworth in the Hollywood film Heartbeats?
Funny you said. I just literally shared a story on Insta. It was amazing. All of them, the entire team. I learned because I'll tell you something. The one difference between us and them is the fact that they have an incredible work ethic, which I feel like we are slowly developing now. If you see Hindi, Tamil is actually very professional, but we're India is slowly developing that culture. They have a manager, they have an agent, they have like an entire process going on for them. They have like a very systematic approach. There's silence on set, all of that. So apart from Crystal, my director Dwayne, was so excited to work with him, because I've been a big fan of Step Up movies, because I like the dance, and the producers were so nice, and the American crew itself was so much fun. I had a great time. That's one of the most educative experiences of my life. I really enjoyed learning in that process, because I learned from an entire different school of thought, which is the American school of thought, which is very, 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 very good and essential for cinema culture. Yeah.
So could you share your experiences at Little Theatre during your childhood days?
Didn't expect that question, but yeah, that set a huge tone in my life. I'm always grateful to Aisha Auntie, who heads Little Theatre. I'm I don't know whether you know, her son-in-law is actually the supporting hero in Surya Portrait. Krishna Kumar. He's the guy who Surya's best friend.
Yes. He did come for an event to our university also, and I got to interview him. So got
nice. So KK is Aisha Auntie's son-in-law, and Aisha Auntie started Little Theatre. So I think the one thing that Little Theatre did for me more than anything else was give me an absolute sense of confidence, and that was a huge edge I had over anyone else my age. Okay, because like I said, theatre is not just about going on stage and acting. It's a massive personality development exercise. Okay, so I'd like to say that helped me, give me a lot of confidence to sort of, which is why I was cast as almost always, people were pissed off. I was always cast as the lead in all my school plays. But that's because obviously, like, I came from, doing that as a kid. So I had that strong confidence, to just go. I'm not saying I was a good actor. I'm saying I was confident. I still don't think I'm a good actor. I was just confident. Yeah.
Again, you're being way too down to earth. So moving on, we all know that Anirudh sir has been a very close friend of yours since childhood. So could you
Yeah.
tell us about this wonderful journey of friendship with him?
Funny thing that when we were growing up, we used to tell each other, whoever makes it first has to help the other person. Okay, we used to say this, and he always thought it would be me who got there first, because I was very out there, and doing plays and always like doing stuff in like facing people, just generally having a lot more things to do as such, in my in like what I wanted my profession to be at that time when I was a kid. So I also he used to say that, Machan, if it comes like that, you have to give me a chance, okay, and all that. I was like, of course, bro, same for you and all that. And then, of course, Kolaveri happened. And the wedding I told you about, where Danusha spoke to me, was actually Ani's sister's wedding. So,
Okay.
so he did help me in a big way. And it was Ani who suggested that climax that you saw in the film. So earlier the climax was different. So Ani suggested the climax, and I think that really worked for the film and worked for me as well, because people came out liking me and not hating me. So yeah, so I think it's he and till today every decision I have, I always run it by him. I always ask him his opinion, because he's around 20 films senior to me in terms of films. Not in fact, he's 4 days younger than me by age. I'm 12th October, 16th October. But he has an excellent sense of script and cinema. So I always ask him his feedback and suggestions before saying okay to something, and he gives me the right. He's always given me the right thing, and of course, we've been there for each other through a lot of, through girls, through career situations, through family stuff. We've been there for each other through everything. And yeah, I love the guy. Like he's the blood brother I never really had. So, but I have actually, in the sense, just look at it. And recently, also for my song, he very kindly gave his voiceover. I don't know if you've seen my music video, which released in Feb. It's called Arakiye.
Yeah, I
So
watched it. Yeah.
the opening, this thing was Anirudh's voice only.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, we try to work together as much as we can in the small ways we can. So yeah, it's been the most special equation of my life.
Oh, so sweet. Okay, so you being a fanboy of Hrithik Roshan, what was your state of mind when you actually got to know that he watched your new original single Arakiye?
Bro, so the funny part is, the music director of Arakiye and Corona Kannada, his name is also Anirudh. His name is Anirudh Vijay. His name is Ani V. Okay, we got that's his movie name, screen name. So Ani V's idol and role model is Anirudh Ravichander. Okay, and obviously because Ani released even the first song, and I introduced Ani V to Anirudh. So they got along quite well, and now we're all friends. And Satish Master, choreographer, who choreographed and directed both the songs. First song was directed by Enoch, Atlee's AD. But these two songs were choreographed by Satish. Now, Satish's mentor and everything in life for him is Gautam sir. You must have seen Satish in so many of Gautam sir's films. No?
Yes, yeah.
So, and Gautam sir saw RK. That was Satish's first direction ever. Okay. He saw RK and he was like, hey, super da, and all. He said, nice things, Satish. So I told Satish, I was telling, randomly I was sitting, and I was telling Satish and Anivi that, man, I feel so, you guys are so lucky and blessed that your role models and your mentors in life actually know you exist. It's so, and you have an equation with them. For Ani V, it's Anirudh. He's given a voiceover for your song, so that means big deal for Ani V. For Satish, Gautam sir loved what he saw of his work. Big deal for Satish. So I like, in the way Hrithik Roshan எனக்கு சொல்லிருந்தா சூப்பரா இருந்திருக்கும்ல. சும்மா I just sat and they laughed, and we moved on to the conversation. 3 days later, I'm sitting in my home having a drink, okay, and I get a call from my music director Ani V. He said, bro, just check Twitter right now. Okay, and I was like, what happened? He said, somebody not watching you and doesn't know you exist. Check right now. And I was like, okay. And I opened it and I saw Hrithik tweet to me, and I flipped. Like there was tears just started coming down my eyes, and I shouted on top of the world. I called everyone, I told everyone, and that was crazy. I mean, it was an unbelievable moment. Like this, it's by far the most special moment in your life. Like when your role, somebody you've like idolized growing up, actually knows that you exist and says, and I didn't reach out to any manager, I didn't reach out to any agency, I didn't reach out to anybody where he's obligated to do this. He did it because he liked it, as simple as that. And I like the fact that it reached him through merit. It didn't reach him through influence or through a friend or through a common person, nothing. I tweeted to him saying, "Sir, you were my inspiration all my life." And he actually saw it and replied, which is very rare. He never does that. Huh? So it was like some sort of divine magical hand that, sort of like guided me and put me in that path. So I was super, super thrilled. It's one of the singular best moments of my life.
Must have been like dream come true moment for you.
Yeah, man, it was crazy. My friends framed the Hrithik's tweet and gave it to me in like a showpiece.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, so very cute.
I think you can cherish those moments forever, I guess.
For sure, man. For sure, they are the best moments for sure.
Okay, sir. So next we'll actually be having a rapid fire round. A very short one.
No problem. Go for it.
Okay, so dancing for Arakie or singing for Corona Kannala, which one was like more special to you?
Good question. I have to answer rapidly. I think dancing for Arake, because it's the most I pushed myself as an artist.
So working with L. Vijay sir or Velraj sir?
Well, that's the first film.
So as a fanboy, who do you admire more? Our superstar Rajnikant sir or
Superstar.
Hrithik Roshan?
Superstar. Don't even give me second option.
To be a safe answer.
Not safe. Bro. You don't know how much I've irritated my family by every time my family came to town, like from my family is not from here. Only I am from here. I'm the only person born from my family in Chennai. Everybody else is born in Karnataka.
Oh.
So when my family used to come from America or Karnataka or wherever, Australia and all, the one most irritating thing for them is come watch Padayappa, come watch Padayappa. I made everybody watch Padayappa at least 3 times. If they come 3 times in 3 years, they watch Padayappa all those 3 times. Because I believe you have to watch, you have to watch, you have to watch, you have to watch, you have to watch. So, bro, and plus I know the man personally also, which definitely makes you much more of a fan. He was the sweetest, kindest man to me after VIP. And even before that, to be honest, I'm in love with him. He's like a second dad to me. I think I imagine, like, if my dad doesn't scream, I'm feeling out of God, in that space. That's the same feeling I get for Talaivar, actually. So there's no, it's not safe answer. It is the 100% correct answer. Everybody around me knows I'm obsessed with Rajnikant.
Not just you, all of us are. He's
of course.
Great role model for everyone. That's why superstar
for life, man.
Okay, sir. So if you actually got a chance to switch bodies or souls with any celebrity person for a day, who would it be? It's just a hypothetical question. So.
To switch bodies with anyone for a day, who would it be? Actually, I don't know whether you might know him, but it's this guy called David Goggins. Just Google him. He's the toughest man on earth. He's the only person in the world who's completed the Ranger training, Navy SEALs training, and the Army. So it's nuts. I think I find him super inspirational, and I'd like to just go inside his mind and see how much mental strength somebody can have.
Yeah, I think you mentioned in your Instagram stories too recently.
Yeah. I think I've been irritating people with that, bro. But yeah, that's David Goggins for sure.
Okay, sir. So, who is actually your long-time dream director with whom you want to work, and but you haven't yet?
I have 2 people: Karthik Subbaraj and Zoya Akhtar.
Okay. So okay, this is from India. Like, what about Hollywood? Do you have any,
Martin
your
Scorsese,
okay,
Martin Scorsese, Wes Anderson, and Tarantino.
Finally, on behalf of Guindy Times, I would like to thank you, sir, for sparing your valuable time for this interview, and we wish you a very best for your future endeavors. And in fact, we are anticipating for the release of your next film, Tali Pogade.
Cool, bro. Lovely talking to you. My biggest hugs to everyone listening in and watching. And I want to say that I wish I could come back to college. Come back to Theatron, spend some time with everyone, and talk to everyone. I'd love to do that once we have, permissions to do that. So please call me. I'd love to come and talk to people.
sure, sir,
Uh,
definitely. It'll
hope
be a great
everyone's.
honor if you come back and visit our
Yeah,
college.
Pradhan. Everyone stay safe. Everyone stay healthy. Please keep. I often say this point. It's not just about cosmetic fitness or looking good, having six pack, abs. It's about staying healthy and fit. If you can climb three flights of stairs without going, if you can do that, then you're truly fit. So keep fit, keep healthy. That's probably the best suggestion I'd give to anyone at this point, because it really helps you fight viruses and diseases better than if you were unfit. So please stay fit, everyone.
Okay, sir. Do you have any other advice, to give to our college students
Avlo,
apart from this?
avlo seamla allergy. No advice. Just stay healthy and stay fit. Stay happy. Do things that motivate you. Do things that inspire you. Do things that keep you in a positive frame of mind. Right now, I think everyone needs to be in a positive space, and I wish that we all come out of whatever's happening right now very soon, and get back to our normal lives. And we're going to get back to work. So, thank you for having me. It's a pleasure and it's an honor to be a part of this. Thank you, Rohith.
Thank you so much, sir. It means a lot. Thank you for spending your valuable time.
Of course, man. Of
Stay
course.
safe and happy, sir. Thank you.
I will. Thank you, brother. See you.
Okay. Thank you so much, sir.